What's up guys, Justin here. So let's talk about charisma, okay? So charisma is one of those things that it seems like you're either born with it or you just don't have it at all. Well, the reality is charisma is something that you can improve a lot through practicing certain skills. I'm gonna give you 3 specific skills that you can work on today. The first is hand gestures, okay? So one of the classic mistakes that speakers make, and keep in mind, this is not just for giving a public speech, this is also in any kind of presentation, one-on-one sales pitch, whatever, is that people don't move their hands. They're very stiff and they're very subdued. Why is that important? Because when you are very subdued and restrained, it makes it seem like you're just not that excited or not that enthusiastic about what you're saying, okay? But when you start making hand gestures, when you're saying, there's 3 major things I want to talk to you about today, or guess what, this was a huge deal, things like that, then you're automatically, by using your hand gestures, underlining what you're saying with your words. But if you're very restrained, or if you even, have your arms or your hands down and they're just not visible, it's not that interesting anymore, right? I'm not having as much of an impact as if I use my hands while I'm speaking, okay? So that's the first factor. Second factor is eye contact. Now, eye contact is very powerful because, number one, a lot of people have trouble with eye contact. So if you're the person who is comfortable making eye contact and holding eye contact in a natural way, then you're gonna stand out from everybody else. But in addition to that, it forces you into the present moment with your counterpart. So while you are speaking and giving them information, giving them your perspective or your opinion, they are actually kind of being sucked into your energy that much more. Whereas if you're just kind of looking around, and even if you're talking in a more animated way, by breaking eye contact, you're kind of breaking the vibe and the connection that you have with the other person. So eye contact is something that I struggled with a lot. Back when I was younger, I had no ability to maintain eye contact. It was very difficult for me, even with friends or people that I was close to. But over time, through practice, my eye contact improved a lot and made a huge difference in my interactions, in my conversations. One of the things that helped me to improve my eye contact was to just literally force myself to just look at people for at least a couple seconds straight without moving my eyes in every conversation that I had. And then after a couple seconds, then I would allow myself to look away and relax. And then I would increase that from a couple seconds to 10 seconds, and then from 10 seconds to 30 seconds. Okay, so there's a lot of different techniques and tactics you can use, but as long as you're focused on that one skill and you're trying to improve it, then you're gonna get better and better at it. Okay, so far we have hand gestures and we have eye contact. The third and last factor of charisma that I'm gonna give you today is verbal pacing. So in other words, the pacing of your speech. So the challenge that I see a lot of my clients and students face is that they either rush really quickly through their remarks, or they just go so slow and so careful and so restrained that they kind of bore the audience right there. So you want to have a nice balance, and it's good to speak in a controlled manner. In other words, your mouth is actually under your control, right? A lot of very intelligent people, what they do is their thoughts are coming so quickly that they just speak automatically very, very quickly, right? And so the problem with that, of course, is it makes it difficult for the other person to understand and grasp exactly what you're saying. Even if verbally the information makes sense, non-verbally it's very uncomfortable and difficult for them. So when you bring your conversation and your verbal speaking into a more controlled system, it feels much more comfortable and much more reliable for your counterpart, right? They can understand better exactly what you're saying, and it feels more comfortable and confident for you. So, because you're not rushing yourself, right? You're not pushing things forward at a lightning speed, and you're also not being constantly hesitant and stuttering every step of the way, okay? So those 3 factors are very simple, and you can work on them in isolation, and that's what I recommend to a lot of my clients, is that you actually focus on those skills individually, one at a time, and then you build on them as you get better and better, right? So focus on eye contact, get really good with eye contact, and then you focus on your verbal pacing, and then get really good at that. And then on top of that, you're gonna focus on your hand gestures, or whatever you're specifically struggling with. All right, but those are 3 really good factors that you can work on to improve your charisma and improve the impact that you're having on your audience. So I hope that helps. If you like the video, press like and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.